Savaloy, how are we all doing? It is the 22nd of the 7th. We're running 10 minutes late because Pom's guest hosts on Footy Abroad don't shut the fuck up. But better late than never. A little bit like Carlton season. We promised a lot and we delivered late. As always, I'm joined by my esteemed co-host who has been here from the start. He goes from happy to sad to indifferent. He is the definition of hormonal teenager, but he should be in a good mood because the Blues won. LekDog, how the bloody hell are you?
I'm well, mate. I'm well. I'm excited for another big week of football team selections here. Shout out to Jono and Ian who can't be here. It's good. It's just a weird day for Carlton news, wasn't it?
Yeah. Retirements.
Was.
And then we had what? We had Kerno wants to go to Gold Cars. It's like a shit episode of Love Island.
Mate, I sent around yesterday, you got it as well, a depth chart I built for Carlton. And the question, because I was trading Sam Doherty in a super coach league, dynasty league. And I just wanted to make sure everyone was like, yeah, he'll play next year. And everyone, I sent it to so many people in the know, people who are just fans. And everyone was like, yep, probably he'll be on the list next year. Probably won't play that much, but we don't expect him to retire tomorrow. I made that trade 1 minute before the announcement came out that he was going to retire. So I'm a winner, but I am very sad that he's going. And it seems to have blindsided a few people.
Yeah, well, I mean, exciting times, I think. I always do get a bit excited when they announce retirements early because that says to me that you have got to focus on something else. And I think we do need to focus on 2026. So it kind of excited me that we are going to definitely see 3 weeks of Sam Doherty's replacement, which excites me. We're not going to drag him out and then just do it at the end.
Well, the question will be, which position of Sam Doherty's are we replacing? Because he plays about 47, but I'm sure we'll see that in the teams. How are you, Nick?
Mate, I'm glad that we were 10 minutes late because after watching that video of Doherty addressing Cripper and talking about how they've been in it together for a long time, it almost brought me to tears, you know, just to see the heartbreak in both of their eyes at the same time that they hadn't achieved the ultimate, which is, you know, a premiership. It was pretty sad, but, you know, we've all been saying the time's coming. And Doherty has been an absolute warrior and a testament to, you know, somebody who can go through really tough times. And if you've got a winning mentality and a can-do attitude, you can get through most things. So well done, Doherty, on your career. And how good is it to be back in the winner's circle, even if it's for a short time?
You know what's cooked? So just to add on from the Doherty thing, you watch that video, I'm tearing up. I'm looking at this man and I'm like, geez, look at him. He's this wise old man. And I look up to him. He's inspiring. And then I realize he's actually like 2 years younger than me. And he's got like plenty of life left to live. And he's got essentially his whole life ahead of himself. But it is, in a footy sense, quite sad.
And so have you, Lek. Let's not give up yet.
We'll see how the Blues keep going.
We'll cover self-help line. I mean, obviously joining me as well, back after a couple of weeks sabbatical. He's had a bit of a holiday, which hopefully Doc will now enjoy, and he doesn't have to put up with the highs and lows of Carlton anymore. But, Nick, you and me sat together in 2025.
Yeah, mate. How good?
Mate, 100% fucking win-loss, bro. Just say, have we?
You are the lucky star. Absolutely. I think we have. And, mate, you belong at the MCG shouting for the Blues. It was an honour that you came along with me, mate, and, you know, to hang up the boots and then be out there and we get a win straight away. It was a pretty good feeling. It was a good feeling.
Hey, all I know is you and me, beers, having a laugh equals wins. So
absolutely, mate. I am going to kidnap you at about lunchtime on Thursday, and we are going to arrive drunk.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, before we start, we always start chat with our little, what are we going to get out of today's session? So what are we wanting? And this is going to be the first time we've ever done this on a win. Like Like usually we're trying to find nice ways to not write C-U-N-T. While you think of it, and while Nick and LekDog think of their 5 non-negotiables for this week, how did everyone respond to the news today? I do want to quickly touch on it because I was speaking to my father-in-law when I saw Cripps' interview about Doc after the game, and he goes like, "Oh, you don't know how long you've got playing with your best mate." I was actually thinking, I think Doc's retiring at the end of the year because it's a weird way to describe it. It sounded like Cripps was hiding something from everyone. But then the news today about Curnow potentially wanting to leave the Melbourne bubble and has requested Gold Coast did get me thinking, are we reading too much into it? But Charlie Curnow, we've talked about it. I don't think it was application. It felt more want and happiness. Do we think there's an element to that maybe Charlie's unhappy and that's why we've maybe seen? Because he definitely hasn't been playing with the vigor and sex appeal he always does. Do we feel like there's an element of truth to that?
Yes. And if he wanted to leave, I'd, happily organise a trade for him. If he doesn't want to be here, I don't think, but that's fine. On the Doc part of it, I was surprised that it happened now and not later on in the season or not at a home game. And if you want to throw some conspiracies around, maybe they're going to sack Voss, replace him with Doc. Maybe Charlie Curnow's a lizard person. There's a lot of different ways we could go with it. Will Cade Simpson chair off Doherty this weekend as an assistant coach for Hawthorn. There's a lot of different ways you can go with it. It's been surprising, but if a player wants to leave, don't force them to stay.
Well, I mean, being a shapeshifter is probably the only way to do it because Charlie Curnow's a strong family man, I would have thought. You always see him with his little nieces and nephews and hanging around. I know he likes to dip in the ocean, but is this a problem that we're seeing is that when players all of a sudden become disgruntled and they don't play for the coach, are we developing poor attitudes where we've got a case of the tail wagging the dog? Because a footballer should always be giving their best on the park, and to give anything less is just a piss poor excuse.
I think it's fair. I mean, I always say there's no smoke without fire, but it does feel like all season there's been something slightly awry. Yep, doesn't it? And
we see it time and time again. The Teague train dropped off. Ratton was just purely unlucky, but we saw it for Malthouse. Players don't want to play for Malthouse. Players don't want to play for Teague. Players don't want to play for Voss. And we let him get away with it and pay him a pay packet.
Yeah, look, I'm of the school. I was having this conversation with Jay just before we went live, and we were talking about this. And I said, I hate this attitude of you keep a player because he's under contract. Like, you see that in soccer a lot. Oh, he's in contract for 7 years. Fuck him. He can play in the VFL, the reserves. He's our player. Like I always think, how does that go down the ranks? If you see a player who, let's just say, it's conjecture at this moment, but let's say Charlie has openly said enough for Tom Morris to hear, which would make me assume the playing group knows. How does that affect the playing group knowing that this one guy that the fans hold on a high pedestal and high esteem and takes a lot of media inches doesn't actually want to be part of this? I think sometimes the fairest thing, if that is true, yes, it would make us weaker in the short term, but I think it can make you weaker in the long term if that kind of festers through to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players.
Absolutely.
Could be dangerous.
Absolutely.
We already know one bloke's leaving, don't we? So, maybe it has.
Baby, come back. Well, LekDog, get your non-negotiables for this week. I'll give you 3. No, I'll give you 2. We're going to do 1 each. LekDog, non-negotiable when you were picking the team this week.
Well, I would like to say repetition from last week, but to be honest with you, we just played a much shitter team than us with the same game plan. So I'm not going to say repetition. I'm going to say passion. Passion's what I'm going with this week. Passion for Doc, passion for your Guernsey, passion for your mates. I don't really give a shit what it's for, but play with some passion, which we did see a bit of last week.
Amen. Nick, what's your non-negotiable in the team this week?
We're now at dead rubber stage, so I want to keep rolling with the kids and experimenting and playing for the future.
I don't mind doing it for the kids.
I want more.
Dear. I'm going for express yourself, because I thought the best things last week were seeing Cowan, Carroll play their game, Ashton, Moyer. It was a real noticeable between the young guys and the old guys, like the new way and the old way. So I really want them to tap into that. If we're going to go down, we're going down fucking as us, not as frauds. Going down our way. Our way. So, chat, throw yours in. Team to shave their heads for Doc. You know what? That would be an iconic moment that I don't think anyone has talked about, to be honest. Win for Wheaters and Doc, 200th as well. Shout out Doc. Wheater's played 200 games and no one cares anymore.
Wheaters is just like, really, mate, this fucking week?
No one gives a shit anymore. Like, oh, cool, well done, mate. 200 games, no one cares. Toughen up. Hey, you know what says? That excites. You know what? We're going to throw that one in there.
Yeah, 100%.
Am I reading into this, chat, while you get in what you want to see in the team selection, your non-negotiables? Did I read into it when May nearly killed Evans? Did it kind of annoy you that only Kerno and TDK remonstrated?
I haven't thought about it till you've said it, but it is. I mean, we've seen that sort of stuff before with this club, with this group. It's not really their bag getting there and fight for each other.
Does anyone think it's not their bag, or I always see it sometimes as, are you so nervous that you're worried about yourself?
Yeah, there could be a bit of that match review panel and, what's to become.
He just seems, I mean, maybe it's my nature, but if someone hit my mate, I'm not going to stand there and go, who's taking the set shot then?
No.
Like, I'm trying to gouge Stephen May's eyes out. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. That's my next step. And then I'll come up with something logical.
And I know that's a fact, Pommy. I know that's a fact.
So we've got mongrel, fight, a little bit of chutzpah. I agree, chat. We'll put them on there because I think they are very important. Right, well, let's do it. We've gone back to the old one today, purely because I had no time to set up the sound effects for the other. So let's see who goes first.
He's back.
Hey.
Always happens if you're the first person back. You do get to go first, and that is just a random selector. But this is Team Nick. Nick, take us through it.
Appreciate the opportunity to go first and feeling nice and rested and ready to go. So, I mentioned maintaining the kids, keeping the kids in their spot. So this week, Sard comes out. I just think there's something a little miss in his game, and he could do with a week's break and show us what he's got in the twos. Evans, I was just starting to like him, and he's found a friend in Stephen May, so he's out. And I think Corey Durden can step down and bring in Lucas Camporelli. So Mackay comes in. It's pretty obvious that we need a good focal point up forward. Curnow found a bit of form, which was great to see. Moyer's game, can't say enough about his game last week. He just played with enthusiasm and a bloke that just wanted to be there and was going to do everything to make sure that he got notice. And well done, Ashton. In your second season, it was really your first season. Really, you played 2 quarters of last season. Just stepping up and kicking 3 goals in the first half. He looked on, switched on. New brigade in the back line with Cowan, O'Farrell, and Carroll. worked really well last week. Hawthorn's a different challenge. Hawthorn are a very fast-running side. They can turn the ball over at half-back and run it down just about as well as anyone. So we need the boys firing, and we need the boys running hard. So Cowan shows a lot of dash, and we mentioned toughness, and I think have I not known Doherty in his final?
I think he's supposed to be on your bench.
Doherty.
Yeah.
I had Doherty
wait a minute. We made a last minute change, so here we are. There you
are. That's right. I did have Doherty in there, but sorry, that threw me. So yeah, Cowan showed that toughness that we're looking for moving forward, and I hope he keeps going, and I know he will. O'Farrell, he's not solid as a rock, but hey, let's keep rolling with it. It doesn't really matter at this point, does it? Let's get experience into the young brigade and see who can do what. And Carroll played the game of his career last week. Love to see it. Crept forward, kicked a goal, coming forward. On the wings, we've got Lord, Cripps, and Ollie Hollins. I think Lord and Ollie Hollins are, two likely types. I'm a little bit sick of just seeing the old, Akers on one wing and whoever we've got available on the other wing. It's time to give some younger crew a go, mix it up a bit. Moyle retains his spot, cross half forward. Curnow, centre half forward. Fogarty, half forward flank. Motlop, he's not kicking too many goals, but he's bringing in a lot of other things that people I think are missing. The endeavour, the tackling, the enthusiasm. Mackay, Williams, Pitney has just reinvented himself. He looks like a man possessed that is ready to knock everyone out and ready to win the ball every time. He's doing a lot of things right. So Pitto, for me, while TDK is up in the air, we've got to use him as our main man and get used to it. Cherrer and Hewitt, they've had that spot all year. I would like to see our midfield rotated a little bit more, just than we have, and prepare if we lose a Cherrer or if we lose a Cripps, we're not giving a lot of younger people some attention in the centre. So let's hope we change that up. Will White, Flynn Young. I think Flynn Young's doing well and gaining in confidence. Doherty in his last game. He's our swingman. We can put him anywhere, and I hope he has an absolute ripper. And I'd love to see Lucas Camporelli given some time, seeing as he hasn't got Ben for a while in the reserves. Bring him into the ones and give him some more experience. So that is my team to take on the Hawks, and I just want to see them have a red hot crap. I don't expect to win, but I'd love to see 4 quarters of trying and to run as close as we can. If we can get them under 4 goals, I'd see that as a win.
Mate, I love it. LekDog, we'll start with you. Any questions for young Nick?
Yeah, talk to me about, otherwise I'm going to talk about him for half an hour. Lockie Cowan's game on the weekend. He's had some very good games since returning, but it was something different this week.
I was drinking with Pommy, so I thought Cowan did I don't know. Cowan gives me presence. I really like Cowan on the ground, and if he's not racking up disposals, his strength is there. I mean, Carroll was the shining light out of the back line with, I think, 10 intercepts. Was I right in reading that somewhere? I don't have a strong opinion on whether Cowan was good or bad last week.
Well, he was good. I can tell you. I think presence is a great word. Is a great term for it.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely, if you're on the opposition team, I think you're just going to know that you're just going to know he's around.
Absolutely.
He might not rack it up every week, but fuck, he takes some hard marks, and God, I really enjoyed him. It was great.
He's a tough footballer, and it's what we're screaming for. We've got a lot of players that are nice, that are playing for their teammates, and they're there, but I don't see a lot of toughness to see someone like Cowan, and I mean Haynes has just taken everything on at the moment as well. So hasn't he improved from what we saw at the start of the year to
yes.
what we've got now? He's probably winning our best and fairest if we did the count right now. So yeah, look, there's some positive signs. I think O'Farrell's probably going to take a little bit longer to develop. But Carroll's probably going to go from strength to strength after a confidence boosting game. And I saw what I think everyone saw on the weekend in the preseason, that game against GWS. I just thought his skills in his pass selection and everything was bang on, and we saw it again, and we'll continue to see it. So go Blues one day.
Mate, I love it. We've got a little bit of questions for you. Do you think Sard will play next year from Wayne? Would you have him next year?
Oh, would you have? You probably have him, but more for depth and like an on-field coach and mentor, a bit like Doherty's done. Maybe not. Like I don't know what it is with Sardi. He's gone from an exciting ball-carrying, fast-paced runner to someone who picks the ball up off the ground and kicks it around the corner without looking and sky high in the air. I don't know what's happening, and I don't like doing little woofs when it goes 15 metres and no further.
I think
I don't know what it is.
I reckon
I did
just
enjoy
looking
the handball woof, I've got to say.
yuck.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was about 5 minutes into the second. Sard did that handball down the line as he ran on, and there was a quarter of the crowd went, oof. And I was like, what is going on?
I reckon, just for the record of the chat, I reckon the starting 7 defenders next year, 6 on the field, 1 on the bench. You're still looking at Wiedering, Silvani, Haynes, Newman, Cowan, Sard, and Matt Carroll as the 7th. And then you've got your Billy Wilsons, your Harry Deans, Harry O'Farrells, Jordan Boyds as the next one in. But I do think Sard's still probably ahead of those guys as a starting player next year.
That's a fair comment by Andy. And the question is: Sard a product of the coaches? Like, are we being coached to stay in your zones and not run? Look for the first opportunity, get rid of it quickly.
Could well be. Could well be. Cool question here. This is an intriguing one for you. Small forward. Who would be your dream small forward for the club, Nick? Your list manager. Who are you attacking?
Oh, if you could just pick anyone.
Well, I mean, there was a player for Melbourne I wouldn't mind in our forward line. Fairly tasty.
Yeah, Cozzy Pickett would be very handy, wouldn't he?
It's not bad.
I've gone blank. It's late at night now. The guy from Geelong looks like a
Stengel.
Yeah,
The Steng.
Yeah, Tyson Stengel.
The Steng dog.
Yeah.
And pretty much any of those Geelong small forwards, although we've been bamboozled by Geelong before and ended up with your Darcy Langs.
If you want a Stengel's mates like myself, you call him the Stengali. That's what he likes to be called. Mate, the Stengali. So, mate Nick, question from the lovely D. Did you consider getting rid of TDK because he's tall? Because we're a tall side?
Oh, really? I wish TDK would make a call on
I think he has.
I think he probably has. But he's still very handy around the ground. I mean, he might be tall, but he's agile.
Well, doesn't he have to play every game left this year to get to 100? So that way we can have his sperm once he reproduces.
I really hope to Christ, honestly, that's not even in a consideration, because
I bet you it is.
It is.
But honestly, like you should legally not be allowed to watch sport, let alone comment on it, if you've got like this mindset of potentially in 20 years we could have the product of his semen over results and stuff like that. Genuinely and you know what? I'm not 100% convinced it's not even a conversation at the football club. Like, Vossi, you've got to play him, because what happens if Tom's son is fucking dancer Like,
Pay it forward.
genuinely
Pay it forward,
scares me that
Bossy.
that's the thing. Like, I wish I was a coach sometimes, because if someone knocked on my door and said, Dan, we need you to play him for the rest of the year, I'd tell him to fuck off. Thank you very much, Mrs. Bond. I'd be like, mate, you better fucking jack him off and store his semen then, if you want a kid from him.
I mean, the other thing is we're lacking a bit of depth at the moment as well. Like, our injury list is quite substantial. And like, who else is performing in the reserves that you'd bring in at the moment?
I mean, this week, give the VFL a wide berth. Let's see
like
what
Billy
chat said about
Wilson,
small forwards. Oh, Jack Higgins. I'd like Jack Higgins because I don't think we've got a prick. Don't mind Liam Ryan. Probably wouldn't get him to sell carpets. Oh, you know what? The GM.
I like Brian Myers. Yeah,
the Messi
Brian.
of Geelong.
Oh, get in me. Brad Close. Don't mind Brad Close because at least Brad Close knows what he is. Like, do you know what I mean? Papley. You know what? Wouldn't mind a little bit of the pap smear. What if TDK has 3 sons? Cool. Well played. I would have maybe asked him why he didn't stop it.
I put together a list of players I wanted to target in the off-season, just starting to think about the off-season content. The 2 small forwards on that list are Jamie Elliott and Jamie Cripps. They're the guys they're part of the list I'd like, but then the guys we'll actually get that are small forwards are going to be Malcolm Rosas, Alex Sexton, and Charlie Spargo. So don't get too excited, chat.
I don't want to hear any slander on my boy, Malcolm Rosas Jr.
He's coming. He will be a Carlton football player.
No slander on my
year.
boy. No slander on little MR. I like that boy. I like it. Hey, you know what? I'd like Flying Ryan purely because I'd get him to do an advert for this very channel. I think
you would play a sponsor him so hard.
Oh, mate, I will, and I will get him to go on Tuesdays. Could you please tune in at 9:00 to watch the boys team on a very good show? It would be the best moment of my life, you know. Him unenthusiastically telling people to subscribe to Pommyinoz. I would have made it. I will pay whatever the club set as well. Whatever the club set, I will pay. Talking about that, here we go. Pom is next up. Next, Cabarlotta off the rank. And here we go. Do excuse me if I'm nasally. I have just decided to get Zoe's man flu, which was woman flu, which is now man flu. So thank you, Mrs. P. This is my team. This is Sam Doherty's leaving preparation battle. We have gone bold, retaining his position. I did try and drop him like young Nick did, but I have kept Sard in this. But Wilson comes in at halfback, starting with Carroll. I want to go really attacking. Nick Haynes in that back pocket. Sard, I've resigned that will rotate this thing because there's no one else. Moving Cowan up to the wing. Saw him play that high half-back role last week. Really enjoyed it. So let's get him up to the start. On half forward, straightforward, Flynn Young Moyer. Kerner, Mackay returns. Gone Will White, Motlop. You'll notice that I've dropped all small forwards because I've decided to tinker and have a little bit of an idea. We've got 5 weeks left of the season. Are we just maybe not a small forward team? And do we look at teams that are having success, like Adelaide, like Geelong, playing Ollie Henry, Shannon Neal, and Jeremy Cameron, seeing Thilthorpe, Fogarty, and Walker playing the 3 toes and having 2 stay-at-home smalls and allow the rest to work up the ground? So that's why O'Keefe comes in. He's going to be the future. I've dropped TDK because, honestly, if you're playing him as a forward, you might as well just play a fucking cone. Chera, Lord on the bench. Lord's going to be an easy rotation up round Cowan, up round Hollands. Chera, I did want to drop Chera, but he's on notice. He's on notice. I don't like the fact he's getting so much ball and not getting us moving forward. Doherty, I had to keep him. It's his last game. And Jordan Boyd makes a return. Jordan Boyd here in this team. Cracker, where are you, my boy? Cracker, I am playing Jordan Boyd in the Flynn Young position. I want him kicking the ball inside 50, tagging it deep. Harry Mackay and Hudson O'Keefe will rotate. And if you are full forward, you are never to leave the 50. That was one thing noticeable at the ground. Pickett and Van Ruwen never leave the forward 50 in transition. Carlton, the deepest player at times, was Fogarty, who was playing on the left wing. And then he has to run to full forward. When Carlton do win the ball back, they're looking to kick forward and they actually feel sick. Will White, good question by D. I will cover that, Wally. I kind of did. Will White, honestly, running up the ground might be the most stupid thing I've ever seen with two eyes. Before that, it was the time that my mate was the elf in the nativity. We had a big school, so we had to make up nativity characters. But he went for a poo just before. And he actually tucked all of his stuff into his tights because he wore tights. And he didn't wipe properly. So there was a little bit of a skid mark, which completely made everyone laugh in the nativity. And we reminded him it because we called him Skid Mark Jesus for the rest of his life, which wasn't good. So second embarrassing thing behind that. Okay, so that's good. Apart from that, really simple. I don't have to explain Zach Williams. I know my mate Steve's seen it. Williams stays on the ball all the time. He's on a lot of money. He is my POD. I will take questions. If you've got any questions, chat, fire them away. I'll start with you, sexy LekDog. Tell me, what do you think?
Got two questions for you. The first is about Lord. I know he did all right. He did pretty well in the second half, in particular on the wing, but I don't think he's a wingman. You're going to rotate him through there long term. What does he end up being? And the other one is Mackay Curnow O'Keefe. Does that mean the writing is on the wall for Harry Lemmy?
Purely, he went off with a hammy in the VFL.
Right. Well, that would explain why he's not in your team.
Okay. So it would have been Lemmy because I would have liked to have seen O'Keefe get more games, but he didn't return for most of the second half. I thought I'm not risking him in a high-profile game. I want him to get his debut when he's fully at his faculties. So for that reason, but also Lemmy ain't gonna ruck full time. So I want to see O'Keefe. I feel like if I was Nick Austin, I'm praying to Christ Pitternet and O'Keefe work because it makes what I do with that first round of next year incredibly easy. So I'm giving Nick Austin 5 weeks to see what it looks like because I'm a nice guy. You know what I mean? But to answer your question about Lord, I've been thinking about it long and hard. And what's the easiest way to get us playing modern day football without making lots of list changes? I actually think we just attack the midfield and let's fuck it off. Let's look at Geelong and Adelaide as our template. Ashton Moyer nearly played at full forward for a lot of the time last week. We saw how that worked with Curnow kicking into him. It worked well. Mackay's back now, 10 times the mark of him. So why don't we try and cheat? Small forwards aren't very good. Like, evidently, we would have an option between Papley and Charlie Cameron in their prime and choose Cam Polson because we'd be like, maybe it'll work second time. So why don't we try and fabricate a new way? And that's trying to get the ball closer with tall timber. It works incredibly well from Adelaide. I think Rochelli's brilliant, but I think any dickhead could be Rochelle in that forward line because I've seen Lachlan Murphy kick goals and he's gash. So that's what I've tried to replicate. So Lord would swing from half forward onto the wing as well. So what I've tried to do is combine the two clubs I like watching, Adelaide and GWS. Everyone floats through half forward and then the wing and half forward. So you've got that kind of like circle. That's what I've tried to replicate with this team. 5 players can swing across them lines, giving us points of difference, keeping them fresh and impacting when they need to.
Like it.
Any questions, Nick?
I'm just again thoughts on Cowan and would you play him on ball? Somebody like Cowan. Big burly bloke.
I'm probably against it. I think Cowan's found his niche as the more attacking we can get him off halfback. I really like. And I think in games like this, we can't push him up to half forward. Right? High half back like we did Melbourne. Melbourne sit back, so we can do that. Against Hawthorn, they're going to push us. So I want him on the wing, in and around the ball as much as possible. I think Carlton naturally, Ollie Holland's acres have inside numbers. So I think he kind of will have inside time. But as a pure on baller, I don't like it, to be honest.
Thank you.
In and around the action, though, I want to try and get him in aggressive as he can. So that's why I've started him on the wing. Get him as the outlet ball. I want Ollie Hollands, Cowan, Moyer, and Flynn Young to be the beneficiaries of Cripps and Hewitt's hard work, which I thought Williams did well last week. I'm trying to improve that a little bit more. That's it. Who's playing on Ginnivan and Watson? You're asking the worst person here because I don't believe in tags. But matchup-wise, Carroll and Watson, incredibly dangerous on the ground. Both of them like to play it. Both of them can be temperamental. I want both of them. I want them to match up. Carroll go against the Wizard. And with Ginny floats through the midfield now into there. When he's in the midfield, he needs someone with a little bit of pace. So the quickest player we've got there, unfortunately, is probably Zach Williams. I want Zach Williams to deal with him when he's in the middle. When he's forward, Billy the Kid, you've got the pace to get there first. That's all you've got to do. Outside of that, it's more Cripps and Hewitt stop the handballs out to Ginny when he's in the midfield. Keep it simple. Just don't let him do it. Any other questions? You want me to clip me saying I like watching GWS? I do like watching them. I just don't rate playing that way all the time. Where's Doc playing? In this, literally what he's done all season. A little bit on the wing, a little bit half forward. I agree with the comment in there. You know the club will try and find a way to get him a goal. So I'm not against him playing at half forward for Badges. So let's have it that way. Lord wing, accurate kick into the fold. Yeah, that's my thinking as well. I like the fact he kicks it far as well. So a lot of them cozy kicks we get on the wing might get to penetrate into Mackay. But yeah, that is Team Pom. Where's LekDog? He's this way. LekDog.
Hello.
Talk to me.
Not too many changes for me. My slowly, axing 9 guys a week, we've actually ended up at a point where we basically axed 6 of those guys. So it's fine. I'm going to keep, I said this, 5 weeks ago, Pom, I'm just going to keep dropping TDK until
the club agrees.
He becomes a superstar full forward or he's the only ruckman. He's not good enough to be the only ruckman, so he gets dropped from my team. In comes Hudson O'Keefe to do exactly the same role at 1/10 of the cost and potentially even an increase in output. At least I'd hope so. I'm with you, Pom. We need to see what that looks like. Just a side note, I've started this petition again. I've been talking about it for 5 years, but I want Kieran Strawn from Adelaide to come over and be our depth ruckman because he's just pit net, but older and taller. So I'd love him to just come over and be depth for us. Mackay back into the team, if he wasn't available, and I didn't know Lemmy went off with an injury, but it'd be Lemmy. And then Billy the Kid comes back into my team to be our 7th defender rotating through. Doherty on the wing for me with Hollands. We're going to push him Doherty forward at times. We're going to get that miracle goal, even if we're down by 60 points. We're going to get it for the highlight reel. Chair is my rotation mid. He's on the bench because I don't think he's quite good enough to be starting. I don't even know where he fits in the team with Cripps and Hewitt, and eventually when Walsh returns. Lord is my wing rotation this week as well, Pommy. Durden is my 7th forward and Fogarty is my sub. He made some tackles and that's about all I can say for him. He was better than the week before when he was probably the worst game he's ever played. So that's something. And I guess, I'm with you, Pom. Williams continues to be my on-baller.
You know what? Quickly, and this is the same as my question. Thoughts last week on Fogarty playing the wing?
I hated it. Hate it.
I'd love Chat's opinion and yours. Like, why do you think we've drafted so many wingers, yet we're playing everyone but a winger on the wing?
Well, I'm glad you brought this up because while you were, I sent you a depth chart the other day, and I've just been working on that in the background. So I have on our depth chart with the retirement of Sam Doherty, our wing players being Ollie Hollands, Blake Acres, and then the next person off the rank is Lucas Camporelli, and then Jackson Vince. So we're actually, and given Blake Acres is somewhat questionable, you'd think, to be at the team next year, we're actually kind of lacking in that space. So maybe they're just trying to explore and find an alternative. But I don't know why you wouldn't just bring in Lucas and just have him run around on the wing, to be honest with you. And as for why Fogarty over White, flip of the coin, I think Fogarty is contracted, White isn't, and I'm not totally sure that they pursue with White, but, literally flip of the coin for the sub position.
Fair enough. Any questions, Nick?
No, good team. I like it. You're obviously thinking that we go taller in the forward line, a bit like Pommy does, mate. Less of the small.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the three talls in Barras, Battle, and Sicily. So if you bring Mackay in, even if he's not totally healthy, you sit him at full forward. It forces one of them to play on him. Whereas we've seen they've just killed us for years by having Sicily just drop off his man, take intercept marks. At least if you anchor Mackay to the close to goal, they have to account for him. So yeah, and in reality, that O'Keefe position we know is going to actually be TDK, but in my world, there's more upside.
I don't think it's a bad move. With questionable. I question Mackay's mental health, where he's really at, and if he really wants it. There's question marks over Curnow now. So we need somebody who wants to mark the ball, wants to kick goals for Carlton. So thank God we got Moya, and I'm all for it. Give O'Keefe a run.
Moya's a bit of the secret weapon, right? He's what Jack Martin was supposed to be. He was supposed to be that third or fourth forward option, can push up, can take a mark. Mitch McGovern has played that role at times this year. Brody Kemp's done it in the past, but and slightly different in terms of how they play. But Moya might actually end up being the one of the bunch. So yeah, more Moya of him if we could.
Absolutely.
You know what? Did anyone think of great call by Sonny? Did anyone think of bringing in Lewis Young?
Yeah, of course I did. I just thought when he's estimated to be out for 4 to 5 weeks and comes back after 2, there's no point. There's no point in just making it early. Just give him another week and let him strengthen up and definitely bring him back. I'm in favour of him forward over Mackay at this point.
Big game for Macca this week. We've all brought him in.
Is. Yep.
The Mac Dog. It's going to be interesting. What?
Mac Daddy.
Return of the Mac Daddy. Turn it up. Right. Let's pick the team. Do we know when JSOS is right to play? It still says TBC.
Yeah. I'm just assuming we won't see him this year, right?
Yeah, which I assume is season, and the club just were like, look, we've got some proper vibes this week. Let's not. You know what, though? My Pom's big call before the next game, I reckon Jack signs a 4-year deal.
I think we're close.
With Carlton. Before anyone goes, oh, we've Collingwood. Oh, no. Right, I'm excited about this chat. Hey, look, there's been more of you watching this week than ever has, so it's great to have you back on fucking board. Let's get behind these boys. Look, it was a win against. It was a mid-off last week, a mid-off. 2 boring batshit sides, boring each other out. But let's get fucking happy this week. Let's get some fucking belief in these fucking clowns. LekDog, who are you picking?
Yeah, I'm gonna pit Matt Carroll, a guy who I have been backing in just through the rough patches, but it's why we don't judge players on their first 4 games. Give them a bit of time, and they'll show you something.
Like, be a man. Just fucking bully him. We want perfection all the fucking time. Nick, I need a backman, mate.
I picked Jordan Boyd, and I think one other you did too, Pom. So I'm going with Jordan Boyd this week.
Tell you what, the Elephant Man, Jordan Boyd. Yeah, I mean, fucking hell, he just doesn't exist. He just doesn't exist, does he? I am going to save our new Lord and Saviour, Lachlan J. Cowan. Chat, we need 3 defenders. You've got 2 keys and a back pocket. The names I want to see from you are Chera, Cripps, Kerno, Doherty, Durden, Flynn Young, Fogarty, Ains, Hewitt, Hollands, Camperale of the Lucas variety, Lord, Mackay, Moyer, Motlop, O'Farrell, O'Keefe, Pitternet, Sard, TDK, Wheater White, Williams, Wilson. You have 3 names, chat. So fire away. So I'll take your first 3 names, Cracker. You've gone Haynes, O'Farrell, Wilson, Hoff. Oh, look at Hoff. Coming in like a steam train. You know what? I love the fact that Hoff and Wheaterin are leading this poll by a long way.
It's great, isn't it?
Look at him. Oh, Farrell.
200 games for Wiedering. I remember watching his first game. I remember us desperately needing him in the draft. It's gone quick.
You know what? I remember when Brendan Bolton said we're trialing Wheaterin as a full forward as well.
Yeah, and then we tried to convince ourselves, because he played there for a year, we tried to convince ourselves, well, maybe he's going to learn heaps from it and running patterns and stuff. But no, we just fucking wasted 12 months.
Can I just say that's the thing that actually gives me like visual aids when a sporting team does something is the stupidest thing you've ever seen, but then they loosely link it to a good thing. I mean, I've heard people saying, "Oh, Lord on the wing's great," because imagine when he actually does become George Hewitt, he'll get used to running. And I'm like, "What, up the flank?" Like, if your inside midfielders fucking down at the MCG members wing, you're fucked. But here we go, midfielders: Lek, mids and rucks.
Mids and rucks. Let's put in. Jeez, we are running out of wing players, aren't we? I'm starting Doherty on field, so you can start on a wing.
Doherty and look. Look. There we are. Look, we'll put him in green. Last ever time he will feature on selection panel.
Maybe not. Servant. Like, we never know.
Love you, Doc. Love you, Doc.
I mean, great servant. We have had you read quite a bit this year, but that doesn't take away. We love you, mate. And it'll be sad not to have the debate ever again. Nick, midfielders and rucks.
Cripper. Our captain. He's got to be there.
Shout out to Forest Green, Matt Lang. Just so you know, the players we were playing in the back line when we were playing in round 1 2017, Jacob Wiedering kicked 3 goals. We were playing Lockie Plowman, Caleb Marchbank, Simon White, and Harrison McCready. They were the players playing ahead of Jacob Wiedering.
Harrison McCready. I reckon I am banned off many Facebook groups for saying he's shit. And people telling me that, he could be a generational defender. Fuck, God, I forgot he existed. Jesus. Do you know what I mean?
All had a run-in with Shirley Temple.
Oh, God. Do you remember how bad McCready was? I remember watching this one VFL game and someone wrote like a report. And they were like, oh, he's up there with Liam Jones. And I'm like, what? Bro was on a postman and had 3 kicked on him. Chat, we need midfielders anyway. We need a right winger, a winger and 2 followers. Was Jones in there? I do think you said Liam Jones, didn't you?
No, that was pre-Jones. Pre-Jones. Just while you're picking the guys from chat, these are the career highlights for Harrison McCready. Ranked first in effective disposal percentage per game in 2019. He played 1 game and had 2 disposals. Both of them hit a target. And in his Rising Star year, he was first among the Rising Star players for effective disposal percentage. Same thing. Had 2 total kicks that went to teammates. And he was 4th among Rising Stars for time on ground per game. So basically, his record is he showed up to 1 game in 2019.
Mate, bad times, man. I remember it so well. Like, you know, the other one as well was Tom Williamson. Do you remember the hype Tom Williamson got?
Oh, mate, he was the next great. What was he? He was kind of like a Lucky Cow and halfback winger type sort of setup.
Yeah, a lot of froth.
He showed a few things, but never really sparked. Same with Marchbank. I thought was overrated. Like all the hype around Marchbank, he was just injured all the time, made of crystal. Never really.
Yeah. I was with you on that one.
I remember one of my favourite me and Terry stories was the BNF. I think it was 2022. The club released like an article saying that the recovery of Caleb Marchbank was going really well, right? And we get to the BMF, and honestly, they like wheeled. You know, like them skits where like someone falls out of a plane and then they're all in plaster cast just to the neck up. Well, like Marchbank walks in and he's in like a neck brace. His arms in like a sling. And like me and Terry were looking, going, hang about. Club said his rehab was going well. And like the bloke was walking around like a fucking robot, couldn't move. And I was like, Jesus, what's going on here? Jesus, that was one of my favourites. Right, we're on to forwards anyway. Mr. Lek.
Shout out to the revisionist history that we only made the prelim run because Marchbank and Cunningham were available. Half forward line. Jeez. Pick Hudson okay for me.
Are you playing him in the keys?
He can go. No, he's not in the key. He can go like the forward pocket or something. Forward flank. I don't really care.
You know what? You just say play him in the forward pocket. After we've picked this, while chat picked forwards, I've got a great story of a forward pocket, full forward. Nick.
After last week, Moya can come in and he can pick whatever position he wants. He gets.
He can just be captain. He can sing the save theme tune.
He's going to claim the 200th game recognition. He's also going to take Doherty's chair off.
Yep, absolutely.
To be fair, the way he was playing, he'd only have to use one hand to pick Doc up because he was playing like Hercules in that game.
He was, he picked him up like a thunderbolt. Carry him off.
Jack, we need 3 forwards. You've got half forward, centre half forward, and forward pocket. While you think of the names, which can be Cherno, Kerno, Durden, Flynn Young, Fogarty, Camperali, Lord, Motlop, Sard, TDK, Wilson, I will remember another Carlton Great White Hope. Do you remember a certain Mr. Patrick Kerr's debut versus Gold Coast?
Oh, Patrick Kerr.
Not only do I remember this Pom, I talk about it often because his auntie is my manager at work. So I often talk about the great Paddy Kerr.
Do you remember the round 10 game when he kicked the goal, right? I think it was against Geelong from memory, but he had like 4 marks, right? I never forget, right? I got into a debate with someone, and then like a couple of weeks later, it was against Fremantle, and I think he led the ground for marks. He had like 8 or 9 marks, and they were like in shit positions. This guy literally said to me, What does a Pom know about fucking football? I've watched this game for 40 years, and I am telling you, he has Fev traits. Fev traits. Part of the reason that you see me do what I do now, because I was like, you know what, I want to become the kind of person we can talk about football and learn together. Never forget that. Fev.
Fev had many traits, didn't he? He might not have been talking about footballs.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it was
genetic traits.
Yeah, B&F getting pissed traits. I agree.
Yeah.
Boyd, Charlie Flynn.
Kane Lucas was another good one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was.
All the
traded him to West Coast.
Yep.
That's where we send all of our half forwards that are ineffective. DBKK4. Yes, Laurie Kerr was in the team of the century. And the Kerr family still sponsor Paddy Cripps.
Right, so Kerner is 100% safe. Looks like Flynn Young and Motlop, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
You know what, Flynn Young, tell you what, works really hard. Something's there if he just keeps trying. If Carlton don't try and convert him. Oh, Josh Honey.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
I love the Honey monster. Fucking love Josh Honey. Great bloke as well, Josh Honey. Salt of the earth. Great human being. Right, we're on to the extended bench, well, the 5-man bench. LekDog.
Who we got here? I was looking at this going, Simon White? No, wrong White. I am going to pick, it's tough, but not for like a good reason. I'm going to pick Adam Chera, I guess. I'm just going to take the easy way out.
Boo. Nick?
I'm going to praise the Lord. Bring in Lord.
Oh, Lord. You know what? I've enjoyed a bit of Will White. Matty Dick. You know what? I don't mind anyone with a surname Dick. It's great. It's a great surname. You know what? Calder Cannon's legend. You know, Calder Cannon's legend is Matty Dick. Chat. We need 2 spots. You've got Durden, Fogarty, Lucas Camporelli, Sard, TDK, and Wilson. Oh, Lek, who was the other Indigenous small forward? Do you remember him? He kicked the world-class goal in pre-season.
I don't know. I can't remember. Was it Clem Smith or...
No. Oh, my God. Who was it? That's going to annoy me. It was around the rainbow. Oh, God, I can see him.
By the way, oh, yes. Actually, I can picture who you're talking about. I cannot.
It was an absolute world-class goal from the small forward, just out of the front. He never played a game. But he was an absolute... He crumbed the front of the park. He was about 45 out. Kim LeBeau, that's it!
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. One of the greatest memes I've ever made it was a Kim LeBeau meme. I'll find it. I'll dig it up.
I never forget watching that game, and it was like... And even the commentator from memory goes, they've been always looking for an Eddie Betts. Is he the Eddie Betts? And yeah, just completely died of the arse. Wilson TDK, Wilson Dirds, Camporelli and TDK, Sard, Camporelli, Wilson, Dick Pratt, get him in. Camporelli, Dirds. Am I reading this right? Oh, Blaine Burker. You know what? If you ever get a chance, Blaine Burker's Twitter, best thing you ever see, because he just literally goes in on people. Absolutely elite. Durden Williams.
Jimmy Plunkett.
Oh, dear. Tell you what. You know what? It looks like Billy Wilson is in.
I think the crowd have dropped Sard, mate. I think.
By my calculations, it's Wilson and TDK.
God, say it ain't so. Are we just going to sub him the rest of the year, get him to 100?
Well, let's see how many Campo got. Campo 1, 2. Oh, I think it's literally. I actually think it's Lucas Camporelli. I didn't see that. I didn't see that one vote. There you are.
Oh, Matt Ling literally wanted TDK as sub. I love that. That's pure meme.
There you are. Look, that is the team chat. Haynes, Wheatering, Boyd, Cowan, O'Farrell, Carroll, Hollands, Cripps, Doherty, final game, Flynn Young, Kerno, Moyer, O'Keefe, Mackay, Motlop, Pitternet, Hewitt, Williams, Chera, Lord, White, Camporelli, and Wilson, which means departing from this team are Sard, TDK, Durden, Evans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And Fogarty. Yeah.
Who else?
Fogarty.
Oh, yeah. There you are. Do you know what I mean? I like it.
I like it. I do.
I like that, chat. I like that. I do like that. You know what? Someone mentioned Sam Philp in chat. Do you remember that?
That's too recent for me to be okay with joking about the Sam Philp selection.
Oh, mate, they were good times. I remember.
Was that a Nick Austin pick? Was that his first year?
No, that was a Sauce one from memory.
We got him early, about 2 rounds early.
I remember it was I think that was Sauce's final draft from memory. I might have made that up. Pretty sure it was. LekDog. If the beautiful people of of YouTube, head on over now to the link I'm dropping. What kind of banter will they find from your Twitter?
As we progress closer and closer to the end of the year, off-season targets most likely for Carlton, who we should get, who we should cut, who's safe, who's not, all that sort of stuff. I thought I was done for writing for the year, but I've got one more Code Sports article which should come out this week. That's about it, mate. Come on here, talk shit with you guys.
Mate, chat shit. You're also coming with me and Nick.
That's the rumor on the street. Boys back together.
Absolutely.
Hey, do you know what I mean? Us three. And there may be an appearance from Jono as well. We are sending our condolences to Jono as well. His grandmother passed away, so lots of love to him.
Sorry to hear, Jono.
So
I found out that she didn't pass away recently. In the Jewish community, they celebrate the day of someone's passing every year. So she passed away a few years ago. Whereas we just, my family, we just bury it deep, never talk about it after the funeral, and just be really, really healthy with it.
Jesus,
just be healthy with it.
Hell. But yeah, we are sending our love. We are sending our love. Jono had that to attend to today, and obviously Ian decided to work. It's what you get for being a sad sack. But Nick, people head over to Horizon Finance. Apart from seeing some of the funniest advertising ever, if they slide into your DMs and they go, "Hey Nick, not only do I think you're sexy, but I agree with your football takes. What can you do for me?" What will you do for them?
I'm happy to have a chat about anything and everything. I'm back, recharged, and I'm ready to go. If you need help getting a loan, you're not sure where to go, because every lender has their different niche. It can be quite a difficult task to navigate. Feel free to give me a call or slide into my DMs and I'll give you some guidance and we'll talk about it. Obviously, happy to do a special deal for a Blues fan. Lord knows we suffer in life, so I believe in being a good human and looking after my people. So, always available.
Can highly recommend Mr. Hallsborough. Nick, he's not only a good man, but he's also very entertaining as well. Good sense of humour. Kept me alive when I was surrounded by a load of posh twats talking about Carlton. Anyone who knows me knows that's hard work for me. So he kept me entertained. What have I got on for the rest of the week? It's a short fucking week this week. Tomorrow, the preview will be up for the Hawthorn Carlton game. We have got a video, which stay tuned because now I've planned it. No doubt AFL will do one but it is the two teams no one's talking about that data-wise are locks to win the flag. So that is exciting. We have got the explainer video on how Carlton can acquire all the NGAs and Cody Walker. We've gone in, we've broken the maths down, we've shown you how easy it is. I've seen a lot of journalists and a lot of freelancers, I'll call them, try to explain it and have zero idea how debt works in the AFL and how it is almost impossible in today's AFL not to ascertain NGA and father sons. The reason the system is there is so it is incredibly easy to acquire them, and there is loopholes, so you should. So we explained that, but also we've deep dived into what them players are. Against my better judgment, you asked me to do draft comparisons to real players, so I've also tried to do that and give you some players to look out for. Did you watch it, LekDog?
No, I haven't yet, but I can't wait to hear that. What is it? Cody Walks, Christian Petrarca.
No.
Gresham's Isaac Rankin.
No.
Okay.
No, because I'm not an idiot.
I know.
I'm not one of these YouTubers that's going to say, oh, this kid rookie listed is going to be the next fucking Cozzy Pickett. Do you know what I mean?
People got mad at us when we were like, hey, Lucas Camporelli could play 100 games for Carlton. They're like, that's it. He's not going to, like, you don't think he's going to be the greatest player of all time. It's like, hey, 100 games would be really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. So
the pressure they put on these players.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm really excited about Harry Dean as well. Like, not a lot's been spoken about him, but geez, we could do with a tough defender again.
We've actually got a very exciting little draft coming up with guaranteed talent. It's very exciting. Can we go watch Tommy's video on it?
Go and check out that video anyway, because we give it. I will give you away. Cody Walker is linked with a North Melbourne player and an Adelaide player.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a little snippet. So go and check that out. Real good video, lots of work. And shout out Carlton Blues fans who helped condense all the highlights of the videos for that video. So when I was talking, you had something to watch. But thank you very much, everyone. Make sure you like the stream on the way out. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow. The schedule for the week will be up tomorrow afternoon for all the live games. We're going to do quite a few this week. Looking forward to seeing you on the weekend. But look after yourselves and see you next week. God bless.